Actually, should I just talk to you guys a little bit longer? You guys want to finish this conversation? Yeah, let's go ahead and finish this conversation. I'll just do it as part 2, okay? All right, so let's finish talking because I got a lot of stuff to talk about. So, all right, speaking of buying and selling, I think Kelly girl gave some good truths in her video and good tips and advice for Herlonda and anybody else that's looking to buy, you know, a silicone for the first time. I would love to add to that and add my 2 cents into that. I do think that the best thing to do is to get yourself to a doll show or doll meetup, if it's any way possible, before you make such a huge investment. I think a lot of people don't realize what a vast difference it is between one silicone baby to the next. I am one to first admit that I have collected babies that I've oohed and awed and drooled over and said, oh my God, this baby is so lovely. I love this baby. It's so wonderful, because that's all I knew at the time. I have to admit that, you know, I look back and I'm like, what the was I talking about? But I mean, I still say that, you know, for that price range and the feel and stuff like that, I think it was good. What I do also want to say too is that please don't base your decision off of a whole. Don't, when I mean that, like, don't say, first of all, I'm going to set Claire Teller and Romy aside, because of course those are people that, you know, is different. They're pretty consistent in their work. However, I do think it's a huge gap in between Romy and Claire. I feel like Claire is in a league all by her little self. She is definitely at the top of everything. And then I think Romy, of course, would be next, but she is just not nowhere near as far as the painting and stuff goes. Pouring and smooth. I do think that Romy make the most beautiful faces. She makes the most beautiful babies' faces, I think. You know, if you're looking for a really pretty face, she does that. I think Claire make a more realistic, in the moment baby face, like, you know. Anyway, like I said, off of that, I'm just saying, like, an average silicone baby. Let's say Lorna Miller Sands, Laura Tuzo Ross. Let's see how I want to put this. All right. So what I'm saying is that Lorna might make an addition of 8 Wyatts. And out of all those 8 Wyatts, all of them are going to come out the mold differently. All of them are going to be painted differently. Because they're handmade and did, every one is going to have their own look, their own flaws, their own, you know. So the reason why I'm saying this is because I might get on here and say, oh my God, my Wyatt is so wonderful. It's the best one in the world. And then, you know, then Kimmy over here might say, oh my God, I got a Wyatt and it sucks. It's so awful and it's so sloppy and I hate the way it's made and oh my goodness. And then everybody's like, how's her so wonderful if hers so sloppy? Or how's hers so sloppy if hers so wonderful? Well, the thing is that it could very well both be telling the truth, because they're both made at different times and separate. So don't make your opinion. You know, of course, you get a feel of it when you go to the doll show and you see these babies, and you do meetups and you see these babies and you see there's a certain technique of painting and pouring, and you kind of get an idea. But when you look at the individual baby that's up for sale, you still need close-ups Yes, you still need to see that baby, that particular baby. You need to base your opinion off of that particular baby, not the one before, not the one after, but that one, the one you're gonna have home. Because when you get that little thing home, and if it's only a baby that a mother can love because it's so ugly, you're stuck like Chuck. Okay. Okay, for real. But yeah, if you really got to, you know, because I remember, I'm just gonna go there, I'm just gonna tell you why I say this. Because I remember when I was collecting Ross Bailey babies, and I had some babies, and they were really nice babies. And there were people that were getting babies, and they were upset, and they was having a fit, and they were saying that the quality wasn't there. And I'm like, what do they mean? My babies were nicely done, and I didn't have any issues with them. Well, I did it, but then I did see some, and I seen them with my own two eyes for myself, that were opposite. So I've learned my lesson with that. And if you're new to collecting, you just want to be careful. And you also, you know, piggybacking off of what Kelly said, is a lot of us that have collected, you know, particular babies, and we can tell you our experience, and surely it helps. Yes, it will help you, and we're willing to give it. Just be careful who you take your advice from too. You want to be careful about that, because some people are know-it-alls and know nothing at all. You understand what I'm saying? It's people out here that think they know everything. They've been collecting for a great 2 minutes, and the dolls that they have in their collection look like squat, but they will give you all the advice like they know about every doll on the market. You want to be careful with that. I'm just saying. So that is my spill on that. But I do, again, I can't say it enough. If you ever have the opportunity to see silicone babies in person, please do it, please, before you buy it, because oh my gosh, it could make a world of a difference. People do, not only is it the artists, but collectors do so many things to their dolls when they get them, especially if you're buying second market. They're plucking out the eyes, they pull out the hair, they're rearranging the bodies, they're adding crap, closing eyes, open eyes. They're doing all kinds of stuff. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. They can do it right and do it good, and you're okay with it, and they disclose that, that's fine. I'm just saying that you just need to be careful when you're buying. Yep, you need to be careful when you're buying secondhand. Really, really careful. Most collectors that are used to collecting quality dolls and expensive dolls are going to take the best of care of the dolls. I think most, not all, but most. There are some high-end collectors that screw their dolls up. I'm not saying that they're exempt from, you know, some of them, you don't know what people do off their cameras, for one. Oh, I just leave it laying here on the table. I just don't touch it. And then, come on, baby, time for your bath. This is your 20th one. We're going to get you another bath when the camera's off. You just don't know. So anyway, but people normally, those, you know, you will have a history of it, and people will talk about it, and you can hear that stuff and know, oh, don't buy from so-and-so because she washed the paint off of her babies. Or, you know, don't buy from so-and-so because every time you turn around, she's ripped hair out of her baby's head. You know, you hear those things sometimes, and sometimes you don't, because people are afraid to talk. People are afraid sometimes to speak up because they get attacked for that type of stuff. So that is me and Miss Serenity. Not Serenity, Serena. I wanted to name her Serenity, but I had already had a baby named Serenity, so I named her Serena. But that is our spill on that. You know what? I have a story to tell you about the name Serena one day. You know, I'm gonna stop this video and I'm gonna tell you about the story of Serena, little girl that I used to babysit, and her name was Serena. Well, I don't know where this video will stop and end, but I'm gonna stop it now. And yeah, we'll have another one of these very candid chats later. Feel free to leave your comments below if you disagree or whatever, that's fine too. And if you want to make a whole video of it, go ahead. And then we can listen to it and we can all just get it all out. I think these discussions are great, you know, as long as we're not bashing each other and saying, you know what, Serenity's a stupid such and such and such, then that's fine. If you want to disagree with me, that's fine. If you want to agree, that's fine too. But yeah, I'd like to hear what you guys think. Serena. Say yeah, we wanna hear what you got to say. Anyway, let me get my baby. I think she's getting sleepy, if you ask me. I think she's getting sleepy. Are you getting sleepy, baby? You're getting sleepy? Sleepy, weepy? Oh, gosh. Getting up is getting hard. I'm in love with her.